Hi. The goal of this video is just to walk you through quickly and easily how to use Model My Watershed. So the first thing you need to do is in your address bar, you need to type in modelmywatershed.org. That will take you to this landing page. The next step is to go over to the location bar and to either type in the physical address of your school, or you can type in the school name. So I'm going to start with typing in Fred Eshelman. The school name comes up, and then I have to hit enter, and it will zoom right in to where the school is located. The next thing I recommend that you do is to look at the pop-up called Layers. And if you hover over the icon that looks like a stack of paper, this gives us the opportunity to change what base map we're looking at. So I'm going to click on that icon and choose Satellite with Roads. This is a lot more similar to what you would have with a Google map in your car, and it gives you students a little better idea of what they're looking at. So once you've selected your location, your elementary school, you're ready to get started. So to get started, just click the Get Started button. Once I click Get Started, I get some opportunities to choose the area that we're going to investigate. And I'm going to choose to draw an area. So under Draw Area, I'm going to choose the square kilometer. So when I choose square kilometer, it's ready for me to choose that square kilometer. So I'm going to click on the map. So I'm going to go right to Eshelman, and I'm going to click right in the middle of the school. And now I have defined an area around the school that is 1 square kilometer. And this is going to be the area where we investigate. Now, Model My Watershed is a GIS application that uses real data for real places, which allows your students to make real decisions. So there's a lot in Model My Watershed, but all we're going to be using is the modeling part. So you'll notice here under Analyze, it'll analyze this area. It'll tell us about the soil, the terrain, the climate, any point sources of pollution in the area. But we don't need to use that for this lesson. All we need to do is to have our students choose model. So we are going to be modeling. And we're going to choose the most simple model in Model My Watershed called the Site Storm Model. So this is going to simulate a 24-hour rain event. We're going to look at where water goes in that 24 hours. So I'm going to click Site Storm Model. Now with the Site Storm Model, we choose the precipitation just like in the runoff simulation. I chose 2.5 centimeters of water that would fall within a 24-hour period. And this is where the water would go. So it'll tell you that it's using a model. It's called TR55, which is a model that land planners use. And I can say within that 2.5 centimeters of rain, 1.7 centimeters is infiltration, 0.4 centimeters is runoff, and then we have about 0.4 centimeters as evapotranspiration. So we know from our runoff simulation that our goal is to reduce the amount of runoff and to increase infiltration or evapotranspiration. So this is what we would call our current conditions. And now we're going to go in and create a new scenario. And we are going to add changes to this area. So you see in the upper right-hand corner, a button that says Add Changes to this area. I'm going to click on it. So we have 2 things that we can do. We can change the land cover, i.e. we can go in and we can take parking lots and plant trees. We can change it to a forest. We can go into an area that's kind of swampy and add a wetland. So we have the ability to change the actual land cover. But within our built environment, we learned in this lesson, that oftentimes, like with a parking lot, we need a parking lot, but we have ways to make better choices. So we could take a parking lot and change it from regular pavement to porous pavement. We could take our school and instead of having the traditional roof, we could add a green roof to it. We can go over here with our farming and we can do better types of farming called no-till agriculture, which is better for our watershed. So we have the ability to make some changes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the farmland I see and I'm going to change it to no-till agriculture. So just using my mouse, I'm going to trace the area that I want to change to no-till agriculture. The thing that we have to remember when we make a change, you always have to start back at the first dot to close the space. Look at that. I've changed it to no-till agriculture. I can zoom in a bit so I can see the school a little better. And maybe I say, I'm going to go in here and I am going to add a green roof to the school. So I can go in and add a green roof to the school. So I can go in and add as many changes as I want to both land cover and also to add conservation practices. There we go. And over here on the far side, maybe I want to plant some trees. So I'm going to do some tree planting, maybe right through here. I'll add a hedge of trees right at the end of the property. There we go. And I can continue on. Again, I could add some forest pavement. So this parking lot back here, go in and make it forest pavement. And maybe I want to add a rain garden. Maybe it's a little swampy through here. So we'll add a rain garden over here. So I can add as many changes as I want. But what's really interesting is once I add the changes I want, I can click the compare button. And what the compare button will do would be, it'll look at if we had no buildings whatsoever in the property, we would call this completely forested before we started making changes. This is what the column looked like. We had all infiltration and evapotranspiration. This is our current conditions. And after I made some of my changes, you can see that I have indeed decreased the amount of runoff from 0.4 centimeters to 0.37369 centimeters. So I am making changes. So I can go back and I can continue to add more changes if I want. I can go back in. I'll add some more no-till agriculture right here. I can make as many changes as I want. And so Model My Watershed allows us to simulate changes, what the impact of changes to our land cover will have on the health of the local watershed in terms of reducing runoff and increasing infiltration. So Model My Watershed is actually that easy to use. And I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to go quickly through all of the steps in Model My Watershed. Go to modelmywatershed.org. I type in the name of the school. Zoom into the school, change the base map to satellite with roads. Click Getting Started, choose Draw an Area. I'm going to select square kilometer. I'm going to choose right in the middle of the elementary school. Choose my area. I have the ability to zoom out, zoom in, and now I'm going to make a model. So I'm going to click the Model tab right here. I'm going to do the Site Storm Model. When I'm at the Site Storm Model, it will give me what my current conditions are. I'm going to click Add Changes to make some changes. I can change both the land cover or I can change the conservation practices. I chose to, how about for this one, I'm going to forest this whole section of the school. I can zoom in to add a green roof. I can add no-till agriculture to this field. Let me zoom out a bit. Then when I want to see what impact those changes have made, I click Compare. Compare will show what it would be if it was all forested, current conditions, and now I have my conditions with my changes. If I want to add more changes, I can just go back and continue to add changes. And that is Model My Watershed.